Good people, good people. Well, it's a KOIN conversation time. I like the KOIN conversations because I get to do things that I don't typically do. Yes, I'm the KOIN 6 Sports anchor, but I'm also a guy that loves movies. I love TV. I love anime. I love haircuts. And I love the guest that I got for my first ever KOIN conversation. Good people, let me tell you something. This cat here is one of Portland's 100 black leaders. He also owns the influential grooming lounge in Northeast Portland. He's also one of the first people that I got a chance to meet when I came up here, and he greeted me with great arms. Folks, if you don't know, he's also a Portland State alum, and he did his thing when he was on that gridiron, folks. Please welcome me, Art Williamson, to the stage, bro.
Thank you.
Good people. Appreciate you having some time with me. Art, how we doing, brother? How are you?
Man, I'm great, man. I can't complain. How about yourself?
Oh, come on now. Listen.
Let's go.
It's a good time. It's a good time. It's a good time to be here. It's a good time to be with my brother. And one of the fortunate things here at KOIN Conversation is that we get to just chop it up and talk about you and everything else that you've done in your career and things of that sort. But one of the things that I really wanted to get you on here for is because, Art, I truly think that you represent a part of this community that people don't always get to see. And one of the things, especially when I got up here, I was looking. Let's be real, all right? It's very important, especially for people to look like me coming into a city, to have a space that can really take care of my hair and make me feel like I'm welcome in the community. And Influential Grooming Lounges did that. I mean, I found some of my close friends here. I mean, you, Carrie Pratt, like that place has honestly been such a gem. So my first question having you on is, how in the world did you even come up with that idea for that?
Man, I always wanted to be a barber. So since I was 15, I knew that was going to be the career path that I was going to take. It just took me a little while to get there, a little longer than probably some of the other people. But about 12 years, I was 15, so about 27, I decided to be a barber. But the Influential Grooming Lounge kind of grew from just my impact or my sports background and in coaching and stuff like that. So the Influential Grooming Lounge kind of was birthed out of this passion that I've had for influence and coaching and mentorship and leadership, things like that. Been around for a minute now.
I was gonna say, you've had it's been a nice long, pretty good run. Yeah. What was it? Did it start in? Now I could be wrong. 2017?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. 2017 is when we started. I actually, before that, I would co-own Champions Barbershop.
Okay.
For about 8-9 years, I think it was. Mm-hmm. So we opened that in, I can't even remember. It's been so long ago. But anyways, I think it was 2008 we opened Champions Barbershop, and life just kind of took a course and things just happened, and it was just time for me to kind of go off on my own. So I just talked to a couple of my clients. I kind of sold my dream, my vision to my clients, and they were like, let's invest. And the next thing you know, doors just kind of open, and we moved literally down the street, like 6 blocks from my old barbershop to the Influential Grooming Lounge. And when we moved into it, it was something totally different. And we just rebranded it, renamed it, painted it, and everything. And here you have it. 7-9 years later now, we still there. We plan on being here forever, as long as the economy will allow us to be.
Yeah, there we go.
For the most part, But it's been a great run, and I'm thankful that we've had an opportunity to just allow other people to have jobs, to create jobs for other people, and to just be a staple in our community. That was the whole real basis and foundation of owning a barbershop, was to cement our presence in the community and to help the community grow, and just kind of, it sounds cliche, but to influence people one haircut at a time, one lock twist at a time, one braid at a time,
That's all true. No, you're entire. It's not even corny or anything. It's true. That's literally what you're trying to do. And so, I'm curious. Did you come into, what was the biggest roadblock? I don't want to say did you come to any roadblocks kind of on this path to success, because you know how God always works. There's always roadblocks. There's always going to be things that out of your circumstances you can control. But what was like one of those big overcoming factors that you've had to deal with in getting the Influential Grooming Lounge to where it is now?
When we purchased the Influential Grooming Lounge, like I said, it was something else first. But it came with 4 employees already. And so it came with 2 hairstylists and 2 barbers. And so I think my biggest obstacle was being introduced to new people and having to manage new people. And I remember, I'll never forget, and I know she'll probably hate me for telling this story, but her name's Eileen. She's one of the locticians at our barbershop. And she said to me, Art, don't come in here thinking you're going to change me.
Oh, snap.
She was like, she was like, I dress the way I dress. I move the way I move because I do it, or something like that, she said to me. And she said, and sometimes I like to cuss. And I said, okay. What's your favorite cuss word? Which I will not say on this podcast.
That's fair. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't want to beep it out.
She said what her favorite cuss word was. And I said, can I ask you to just not use it so frequently? And she said, yeah. and we barely hear you say it at all now. But,
there we go.
That would have been the biggest obstacle, because I was just like, man, I'm about to work with 4 new people. I knew of them, but I had never really worked with them. And I'm not just coming in and being a coworker with them. I'm coming in being the owner of this business, one of the owners of this business, and the manager at that point. And I had to be able to like really mold, or not really mold, but just blend all the personalities together and sell them on the vision that I have for the shop as well.
Is she still there?
She's still there.
She's still cussing?
She still cuss every once in a while. Every once in a while. She don't cuss that much though. But she is the one that will ask a question that you are sure to get a Yelp review for. You know what I mean? But she will get every single person that comes in the barbershop involved in that conversation. And you're like, that's such a risky question to ask. Somebody's going to send a bad Yelp review. But then people just love it, and you're like, she's the only person that could ask that question.
You know what? That's how it be sometimes. Certain people can only do certain things, and she's just obviously one of those special people you got at the Influential Grooming Lounge. I mean, I like that. I like that. It's very much like coming over when, moving from place to place, you're trying to adapt to a location. Me coming over from West Palm, which because you a Florida boy.
Florida boy, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, folks! I don't even know how I did not start that off with saying my brother is a Florida boy, and which is how we connected the first place. I mean, that coming over from Florida already was like, all right, trying to adapt to the culture and the people over here, and different type of working environments from the East Coast to West Coast. People don't realize it, but it's very different. Yeah. It is still very different. And I got to actually ask you about this. Now, I got to ask you, coming from Florida, how often you get back over there?
Man, I try to get back there every couple years. Now that I'm married and I have 2 kids, I try to make sure that my kids get to see their grandma. Like, my mom still lives there, my sister, and a bunch of my cousins. A few of my cousins still live there too.
Which part?
In Daytona Beach.
Okay, Daytona, yeah, West Palm Beach. Right.
Yeah, so we're not too far from each other.
No, that's like 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
You know what? With the Florida drivers, you might get $1.45.
I'm about to say that. Everybody's going 105.
I was about to say, man, with those drivers, we might get there a little bit closer. But still same vicinity around Central Florida for you and your family then.
Absolutely. And it's a lovely time. I appreciate it more now when I go back. And I appreciate connecting with some of the classmates I had when I was in high school. Some of them are still there. One of my best friends, who is a barber as well in Daytona Beach, Florida, he was probably the first person to inspire me to be a barber. So,
Is he a celebrity too?
he not really. He's super low key. I always try to think that I'm low key too, but he's super low key. But everybody in the city knows him. Everybody in the town knows him, and he's like the barber in the town. So,
Art, you aren't low key. I hope you know that, folks. I need you guys to understand that Art Williams is one of Portland's 100 black leaders. There's nothing low key about this guy. He's also we haven't even touched on the part where he has the real fun. Like, yes, he has the influential Groomie Lounge here, but if you go on his Instagram, social media, that man's never here. He's always out. He's always giving out amazing haircuts, first of all. So talk a little bit about that. I know you got Cross season 2 coming up, or 3.
Let's go tomorrow. Season 2 comes out tomorro.
Oh man.
Shameless plug for the show.
There we go.
Amazon kicked me down some dollars because I'm promoting you in my hometown.
February 11th is when that bad boy's coming out. Season 2 of Crossing. So to elaborate a little bit on that, you work with the actors on that show to give them hairstyles for the season, right?
Yeah, it all started. Well, really, I'm the personal barber to Aldis Hodge, who he and I've now been friends for 17 years. But he plays Alex Cross on the show. When I first signed my deal for the show, it was just to do his hair. And then it just kind of morphed into something else. I don't know if you've been around those Hollywood circles, but it's hard to get a good barber on a set.
I you know what? I haven't. So give me this insight. I like this.
It's hard to get a good barber on the set. So sometimes if you're not bringing your own barber, you kind of don't know who you're going to get. You might get a hairstylist that might try to cut your hair. And no knock on a hairstylist, because there's hairstylists that can also hairstyle and also barber. But it's few and far between on the set. And so me and Aldis just kind of started this whole gig when he was here shooting Leverage back in 2008. I believe it was when it was season 2 of Leverage when they came to Portland. And I guess the department head told him that if he wanted a barber, he needed to go find his own barber. And at that time, barbers wasn't the deal in Hollywood. I think maybe Denzel might have been one of the only people that had his own barber, And
really, celebrity barbers weren't big in the earlier days.
They weren't real big. I mean, a celebrity barber was a barber who lived in a city like Portland, and you barbered blazers. Some of the trailblazers, because when I became a barber, that's what I said. I remember telling God I wanted to be a celebrity barber, and I thought that just meant athletes. I didn't know it extended beyond Nike, beyond, Adidas and these places that would bring athletes in, or even the Blazers. And fortunately for me, it was a blazer that Aldis saw in a restaurant whom I cut that actually Aldis goes up to him and asks him, "Man, who cut your hair, bro?" And he tells him who cut his hair and calls me and asks me if I could give him my contact, and so the blazer was Martell Webster at that time.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Tell still was my guy. I just saw Tell at the Les Schwab Invitational, man. And
shout out to our Blazers alum.
Yeah. My man's like it's always been love ever since he was a rookie. He walked into my barbershop when he was a rookie. Well, to the barbershop I used to work in when he was a rookie, and we just been cool ever since, man. We don't see each other much. Yeah. But every once in a while, we'll hit each other up on Instagram or everybody's phone numbers change all the time. So I'm like, Tell, ... question mark.
Do you talk about connections and just the things falling in line? I feel like that is the most insane thing to fall in line for the blazer that you cut to happen to just be at that exact spot where Aldis Hodges happens to be looking for our barber, and it just all comes together, and now you see yourself on season 2. That's it. How cool. Okay. I know you don't like to brag, and I know that it's kind of you're a very humble man. I know that. But come on. How cool is it to be on set, to watch these actors cut, take, do these things day in and day out? Isn't that? I feel like that's a fascinating journey to watch.
It is. It was a very. It's still very surreal to me, and I've been doing it since maybe consistently. Well, I've been traveling with Aldis since like 2016, which has been it's been a very surreal moment, because as he's climbed the ladder in Hollywood, it almost feels like I've climbed the ladder in Hollywood, or just in the city that I live in. And I try to rep Portland everywhere I go, because I want people to know that although statistically Portland is the whitest city in America, we got some people that's doing some really dope stuff in the city. Mm-hmm. And so when I sit on those sets, man, I move the way I move, like the same way I move here at home. I treat everybody as if they're just regular people to me. And so nobody on set ever knows if I'm starstruck. I was starstruck once, but twice maybe.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would be too if I'm just. First of all, and I know the action scenes too. Don't tell me too much of those details, but I just know that kind of probably for the first time seeing it, if you've never seen that stuff before, you were kind of just like,
yeah. I was glued, bro. Because they give you a monitor to look at things, because you got to make sure that, for me, I'm not just cutting his hair. I'm responsible for his hair on set as well. So if he scratches his head or something, or some hair moves, I got to go in and brush it. And I'm probably the best actor on the show, because I be acting like I'm working all the time.
But you working, bro.
But I be working though. It is and it's the clear example, or the clearest definition of when you do what you love.
Yeah.
You never work a day in your life. And as cliche as that sound, that is real. Yeah. Because I go to these sets, man, and I feel like I get to meet new people. I think the best people, some of the greatest people that I meet, are like the people that's working on background actors. Mm-hmm. Like I worked in background one time. I'm gonna just drop the show that I was working on, because this is what we do, right?
Yeah, might as well.
So I got an opportunity to work on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I'll walk out this interview right now. We're supposed to have a break. You know what? Hold up. This is the perfect way to keep people coming back. Good people, we're going to have more on this KOIN conversation with Art Williams, founder, co-owner of the influential Grooming Lounge. This man just said Guardians of the Galaxy 3. All right, stay tuned. We got more with Art Williams after the break. Welcome back to a KOIN conversation. Tyree Smith Sports. I almost said, I don't even know. I almost got my title wrong. That was weird. KOIN 6 Sports Anchor. I don't know. I think I'm a little befuddled, because our guest right now, Art Williams, co-founder, owner of Influential Grooming Lounge, also a celebrity barber, has done so many amazing things and have met amazing people. And before the break, my brother just wanted to drop that he was invited to be a part of one of the biggest movies in MCU history, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So Art, can you elaborate?
Yeah. Yeah.
I need some elaboration, brother. What you talking about? So you're a Marvel character. You're in the MCU. That's what I'm hearing.
I guess so. I haven't really, I've touched the DC world too, because I worked on Black Adam. This was Hawkman on Black Adam. Yeah. So I got to work DC and Marvel, which is amazing. The Marvel, they both amazing, man. Like Marvel was a bit different, because it was just so busy. I mean, working on Black Adam was busy too. But when I got to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I think I was just amazed at the prosthetics. Yeah. And I mean, we worked like 14, 15, 16-hour days on that. It was long. And I got to work I usually work in the trailer. And when you work in a trailer, you work with like first team people, like main characters, main cast members. And so when you're in as a barber or as a hairstylist, when you're working with those people, you can't mistakes. You got like zero room for mistakes.
I
Like,
figured,
it's
yeah.
gotta look the same every single day, right? But when you get to work with background people, you can make mistakes because background people don't really get a whole bunch of FaceTime.
Yeah, I was about to say the
So-
camera don't. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to work on that show, that movie, and the department head, I have to give her love because I worked with her on Black Adam, and she was like number 2 as like the key, to the department head,
I was
the
about to
assistant
say,
to the
yeah.
department head.
The order and chain.
Yeah, so man, the story about that is amazing. But maybe I can tell you that some other time.
That's all right. Yeah.
But how she became that, I can tell you some other time. But her name is Cassie Russick. She actually won an Emmy for Guardians of the Galaxy for hair and makeup. But this lady, man, is one of the most phenomenal hairstylists I have ever met. And she said to me, I remember when I got the call from her to work on the show. I was working on the show in New York with Aldis called City on the Hill. And we was working season 3 of City on the Hill. And Cassie called me and she's like, Art, will you be done with City on the Hill in February? And I said, we're supposed to be done in February. This was in 2021 or 2020, I think. We had just went back to work after COVID happened.
Oh, you had to keep everything a secret.
Everything,
Oh, my
yeah.
Gosh.
And I said, and I was ready to work, and then one of the cast members ended up getting COVID. So if one of the main cast members get COVID on a TV show back then, or everything stopped until that person went through the quarantine and we could get back to shooting. So it set me back, and I missed it, and they had to hire somebody else, and I missed my opportunity to like start in the trailer on that. And she says to me, she calls me a few weeks later, and she's like, "Let me know whenever you're done, because whenever you're done, I'd love to have you be a part of this team." And at that point, she was just asking for moral support because. Usually, I don't know if anybody in out there in TV land knows that
I'm learning.
Hairstylists and barbers are essential to the mental health of every single person that sits in their chair.
Yeah.
So we are underpaid. Like, people complain about haircut prices and hairstyling prices, but we are underpaid therapists. And so one of the things Cassie was like, all right, I just need you here just to help stabilize things, And I think that's kind of what I do on set for the most part. But anyways, she invites me down, and then I was used to working in the trailer, but she put me in background, which was the most amazing space for me to be. I kind of worked background and trailer. Like, if she had a main cast member or a featured cast member, all right, can you come cut his hair? So I would come from background to the trailer to cut this person's hair. But it was just amazing to see the makeup and the prosthetics that were put on these people, and how long we had to wait for. We'd wig prep. We worked in teams. We'd wig prep. We'd wig prep an actor, and then he'd go to makeup, and we'd wait 2.5 hours for the makeup for him to come back so that we could put the wig on and work with the makeup artist to make sure the wig. I mean, it was the best situation I had ever experienced. So it was worth the 16-hour days that we were there, just being able to work on the show and meet people like Chris Pratt and John Bautista. I think that's
James
his name.
Gunn?
James Gunn is one of the most hilarious people that you'll ever. I mean, I can't say ever because Dave Chappelle is my favorite funny person ever. But
You met him too?
I did not meet Dave Chappelle.
I was about to say, I was like, all right, I think I only got like 4 more minutes left with you. I don't know if I can get that story yet.
Yeah. But Dave, come say hello next time you're in town.
Dude, that's insane, man. The fact that you were able to get to meet all of these people, meet James Gunn, and it's the fact that you took something that you love and that you were able to turn it into something even more than what you kind of envisioned, which I feel like that's also why they put you as Portland's 100 Black Leaders, because not only did you create something in a space around here, you're sharing that with others that you come in contact with.
Absolutely. And I just want people to know that, again, there's really dope people in Portland, people doing really dope things. That 100 Black Leaders in Portland really stem from just my desire to just to create legacy. I don't want to be forgotten.
Yeah.
I don't want the things that I've done to impact the lives of other people to ever be forgotten. And so that's why I stand behind the chair every day. That's why when I go to these Hollywood sets, I show up just as I am. And it affords me the opportunity to bring my family to things. My daughter will sit on set with me all day.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she's enamored by it. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, all right, let's move to the next thing, but she loves it. And, my wife and my kid, my son, they all get to travel to these places that I get to go to. So
awesome. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, man. I know I don't got too much time with you left, but I want to quickly let people know, and I don't think people know this, but you're also a Portland State alum.
I am. I love it.
You played Portland. So what high school did you go to?
I went to Mainland High School in Daytona Beach, Florida.
That's what I figured. You went to high school in Florida, but then you came over here and you went to Portland State.
Yeah.
What years were you at Portland State?
I got to Portland State in 97, and I graduated in 2000.
That is awesome. What was it like playing football for them? Because you were a receiver.
I was a receiver. I played wide receiver.
And it's so crazy. In the building, we have the all-time leading rusher for Portland State. You remember Chip?
Chip Dunn.
Yeah.
That was my guy, man.
Oh, my gosh.
That's my guy.
If he's
Chip
around.
Chip works here?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know, right? All these Portland State legends in the building. It's so cool. It really is a blessing. So I really want to ask you quickly, talk about that Portland State football experience. Didn't you break a record?
I tied a record. And it was the most touchdowns in the season.
Yep.
At PSU, it was a record that stood for. I was 2 years old when that record was set. So from 1977 till 1999, I think it was, in 98 maybe. I tied the record with 12 touchdowns in the season. Me and Chip stood next to each other in the huddle every week.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. Oh.
Yeah.
Our next KOIN Conversation is going to be so fun. Oh, wait a minute. So that record's still hosted this day?
That record is still there. I think my old roommate, Terry Charles, tied it as well. So it's the three of us. Dave Steve is his name. Never met him. Dave, Steve, myself, and then Terry Charles. Each settled on 12 touchdowns. I never forget the one that got away, but
my God! And now you're coaching the kids at Oregon City Pioneers football. When in your off season, when you get some time.
Yeah. I usually, whenever I get back from a job, Aaron Skinner is the head coach at Oregon City High School. He and I coached for 8 years together at Wesleyan High School. Won a state championship together. Went to 2 state championships back to back. And then once he got the head coaching job at OC, I had taken a break for a little while and came home. And one day my wife was like, I think you should just go back to football coaching. And I usually listen to her. And so that's what I did.
Oh my gosh. Well, you have a great support system. You talk about having just saying, hey, go back to doing things that you like.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Art Williams, folks, we got to call it a time on the KOIN Conversation. My brother from another mother, Art Williams, founder and co-owner of the influential Grooming Lounge. You also see he's the celebrity barber. You also see he coaches at Oregon City. He also coaches 7 and 8U basketball, but he's not here all the time because he's also influencing others around the U.S. Art, thank you for having a little time with me today, brother. I appreciate it.
Man, thank you for having me, man. Florida is blessed to have both of us on this. They don't know it yet.
They don't know. Oh, my gosh. 2 Florida boys over here kicking it and killing it over in the Pacific Northwest Portland area. Appreciate your time on this KOIN Conversations. We'll see you guys next time on another edition.